Alright, bet. So peep this shit, right? I'm over here spending the night at my grandparents' house because my parents think I'm gonna burn the goddamn house down. So they said, hey, you're going to your grandparents' house for the night. Now, I was 10 years old when this happened, and I thought I didn't really need any supervision because I just reached double digits. But all those thoughts flew out the fucking window real quick. Now, this story takes place back in 2017 when the new iPhone 10, aka the iPhone X, first dropped. And with it came one of the best games that I thought ever touched down in the fucking history of mobile gaming, and that game was none other than fucking Mario Run. I was shooketh. I was in awe. Back then, I was mentally hurt because I broke my Wii, and the only game that I had back on the Wii was Super Mario Bros. And you bet your sweet fucking bippy, my eyes lit up when I saw that they released something similar on the iPhone. So I rushed to the App Store, I looked up the game, and I pressed download. But there was one tiny problem, and that was that the game was only supported on the iPhone X, which just came out. And sadly, your boy was a few generations / models behind because I was rocking a crisp, clean cut iPhone 5S. You can laugh all you want, but at least that shit wasn't a flip phone. I was hurt. I felt betrayed. How could Apple release such a good high quality game only meant for newer model phones? Even though that if I were to boot up the game, it would completely fucking blow up my phone. So after watching every damn YouTube video on the internet about the Super Mario game, I was in fact fiending. I was thirsty to play this game, but my goddamn iPhone 5S just wasn't having it. So after giving up on like 100 tries on trying to boot up this game, my grandpa tells me to get dressed because we're going to Best Buy to look at records for upgrading his collection. So I get my shit, throw it on, hop in the car, and we go to Best Buy. And I knew 100% I was gonna be bored looking at records because I'm not looking at records. So then I just wander off looking for something I could just mess with or just play on for the meantime. I go to the usual laptop section where you could just go on the laptops, you know, you could access the internet, this, that, and the third, and I start playing games on the laptop. And in the corner of my vision, I could see the phone section. And in the phone section, I could see out for display for testing and demo, they have the iPhone X. Without a second thought, I stop everything that I'm doing and I rush straight over to the iPhone section. And there I was, right in front of the iPhone X. And to make matters even better, that bitch already had Mario Run downloaded. So without a second thought, I open the app and I get to playing the fuck out of this game. I was fiending to play this game so much that I didn't even need a tutorial on how the controls work or what anything did in the game. I went straight to playing. Now in this game, there's an online mode where you can verse people and you can like go against each other and how many points you can get. So I was playing that mostly. And I was putting belt to goddamn ass in that game. Absolutely nobody was touching me on online. I was on a 20 win streak, if I remember correctly, if not more. That's how busted I was at this game. I had the motherfucking employees looking at me like I was about to buy this shit the way I was on it so much. I was having a jolly good time playing the game that I really wanted to on a brand new phone that wasn't even mine. But sadly, this is where the story takes its darkest turn. So after playing about 50 games, I'm thinking, okay, I'll play like 1 or 2 more and then I'll get off and then I'll go back to my grandpa and we're out of here, right? So as I'm queuing in for another online game, I step back and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta drain the weasel. That's right. I'm in the middle of Best Buy, in the phone section, queuing up in a Mario Run game online, and I have to piss. And this wasn't one of those Tinkerbell pisses where it's like, oh, you can hold it and go later. No, this was one of those, this shit is gonna spray like a fire hydrant, and if you don't piss, you're gonna go in your pants type of piss. And I'm thinking it's fine. I'm on the queuing screen. I could just press the X button, leave the queue, and I could just go about my business and go to the bathroom. Well, unfortunately, that plan was out the window because once I thought about that and was ready to press the X button to get out the queue, I was in a game. And being the 10-year-old hardcore gaming loser that I was, I had to follow the #1 rule of gaming when it comes to queuing up in a match. Once you find a game, you're locked in. If you leave or quit mid-game while it's online, that's bitch made activity right there. So I'm like, I can't leave this game. I already queued into an online match, and if I leave, that would disrespect my honor. So it was basically crunch time for me. I had to beat this nigga's ass as fast as I can so I could go drain my weasel. And the crazy part is, on this dude's side, he's probably playing the game for fun while taking a shit. and probably just thought, oh, I'm just gonna queue into one little match and, you know, I'm just gonna take my shit. But little does he know, on the other side of that screen, there is a 10-year-old boy who is holding his pants for dear life and crushing his crotch not to piss his pants in the middle of a Best Buy. So after what seemed like eons, I finally finished up the game, which I won, of course. And with that win under my belt, I was presented with a new objective right away. Get to the bathroom and not piss your pants. Now, I wouldn't even be telling the story if it wasn't for one crucial factor, and that was that I didn't know where the bathroom was. I'm sprinting, I'm running, I'm hopping, anything that you can imagine of a human doing that represents fast movement, bitch, I'm doing it. After finally locating a worker, which those motherfuckers love to disappear when you decide you want to go look for them for help, I finally say to him, hey, where's the bathroom? He points the direction of the bathroom and I start holding my crotch and making a run for it. I could feel my bladder about to explode due to the high pressure that was inside my body. It was either that I pissed my pants right in front of Best Buy for everyone to witness, or my fucking left nut explodes. So after running to the front door of the bathroom like I hit the 100-meter dash at my elementary school field day, I finally kick down that door and find an empty stall. I open the door to the stall, I run in, I turn around, I close it, I lock it, and all I had to do was drop my pants and galore. I would have made it. Keywords would have, because as soon as I turn around to go take my piss and drop my pants after I locked the door, it was too late. I accidentally unclutched my crotch and I started relaxing, and I could see the wet spot forming around in my pants. I was right there. All I had to do was drop my pants and my tidy whities, and I would have made it. I remember looking down and I was so defeated when I saw the wet spot form in my pants that I didn't even try to stop it. I didn't even try to like clench up and stop the piss from coming out. I didn't even try to like pull my pants down to let most of it come out. I just kind of just sat there and just let it form. I was just so defeated. So after watching my bladder wreak havoc on my nice, soft cotton joggers, I finally reach in my pocket, grab my phone, and I call my grandpa to come to the bathroom, and I told him what happened. I remember just having my grandpa come into the bathroom, and then I walk out the stall, and I remember him walking me out of the Best Buy, and I was just doing the walk of shame right behind him so people wouldn't see the ginormous piss stain that was on my joggers. And to make matters even worse, this was during winter. So you want to know what happened next when I walked outside? Yeah, just as if it wasn't enough salt on the wound that I pissed myself right in front of the toilet, I had to witness the breeze that hit my pants when I walked outside. So there I was outside, pants pissed in, and a nice cold breeze to remind me each time when it came by that I pissed myself. Moral of the story, and this goes without saying, if you have to go to the bathroom, just fucking use it, dude. I guarantee that there's a 99.9% chance that whatever you're doing is not more important than you going to the bathroom and taking a piss. Especially if that piss is mandatory and it needs to be taken at that precise moment. Unless you're queued up in a fucking ranked game and it's your rank up game and you don't want to lose the fucking rank points or some shit, then you gotta go find the nearest bottle. I don't know, but you definitely can't go piss at that precise time. But yeah, man, that's my story on how I pissed my pants in Best Buy. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, turn on post notice, and I'll catch y'all boys in the next video. Peace.